Well, hey everyone, welcome to The Able Gardener, and I have to give you just a little heads up. I'm not that able today. I got my walker with me out here, but here's the deal. I haven't had a lot of good days lately. I don't know if it's the weather or what it is, but the project I want to do, it seems like it's a little time sensitive. Now what it is I got some grape cuttings. We go to a river normally for picnics and different things, and I found some wild grapes. So I took some cuttings off of those wild grapes and brought them home. Well, I feel like I need to get them into some soil, some water, something, and get them planted, because I don't know when we're going to get back to the river and get, I can get more cuttings. What, Sherlock? What? What? Anyway, Sherlock's here. He's excited about something. I don't know what. So so let me back up a little bit. So I did watch quite a few videos on different ways of planting grape cuttings or starting grape cuttings. And so I'm going to try a few different ways. I've got my water, I've got some cups, I've got some soil, and I have a pen to write on the cups as to which, that cup's kind of freaky. Put the soil in this one. Anyway, I'm going to write on the cups as to which way I planted them in that particular cup. Now I'll show you what that means in just a minute. I've got some rooting hormone, I've got a paintbrush, and you'll see why I need this in just a minute. But I forgot the grapevine. It's sitting over by the house. So I'm going to shut you off for a minute, and I'm going to go get the grapevine. Okay, I'm back with the grapevine. Now, I didn't take a really large cutting. I mean, I don't know how close you guys are, really, but here's the grape cutting that I took. So let me just cut this, because I'm going to show you right away one of the ways of starting a grapevine that I saw. And then what we'll do is, most of the videos that I saw gave kind of like a timeline of a month to a month and a half before you saw results. So I'll just tell you right now that we probably won't get back to this and you can see the results probably for another month or month and a half. Okay, so the one I watched, the guy said to cut it off straight at the bottom. So I did that. To cut off any nodes that might hamper root development. And I pretty much cut the nodes off. He said to take about, anywhere from 8 inches to a foot cutting, and that's about 10 inches. And then what he said to do on the top of it was to cut it at an angle, and all that was for was to let you know that that was the top of the grapevine, because other than that, when you get all this cut off, you're not going to know one end of the grapevine from the other, and I certainly wouldn't. So I'm going to cut that at a 45-degree angle and put the rest of it down here on the ground. We're just going to work with this piece and use this one particular procedure. And what he did was he used some rooting compound. So I've got some rooting compound here. I've had it for years, and I've never really used much of it on anything. I forget I have it. So he said to go ahead and put some rooting compound on it. Probably not that much. And to put it in some just, regular potting soil, not anything, spectacular. But this potting soil came out of my potato pots. So I know it has some fertilizer in it. It doesn't have a whole lot, but it has some, and it's just a general purpose potting soil. And he said to shove that down in there and not all the way to the bottom. So I'm not all the way to the bottom. And then just to push it down fairly firmly, because what you're doing is you're just pretty much holding a stick into soil. So, you're pressing the dirt up against that stick. And then to give it a little bit of water. So I'm going to write on the side with my trusty Sharpie, write on the side what I did with this one. And then I'm just going to write the date. Okay, so there's number one. So the second one, it already had little grapes on it. I kind of hate to cut them off, but they're not going to do anything. Okay, The other one that I saw, he just said to cut it straight off the bottom. He didn't say anything about the nodes. He did say, though, to put it in some fertilized soil, which this is, you know, fairly fertilized soil. And he said to take something, and I'm going to take this paintbrush, and to make a hole in the soil and just press it down around whatever you've put in your soil, and then put it around a little bit, spin it. Then to put your rooting hormone on. And he said the reason for that is, with the paintbrush and making the hole, is because he said if you have rooting hormone on here and you shove it down through the soil, there's not going to be any rooting hormone left on your cutting to help it out. So you have a nice big hole in the soil, if you guys can see that, and you just gently put it down in that hole. Then press the soil in, and he said to press the soil down very firm. So I'm going to press this soil down very firm. And then to give it some water and to keep it fairly moist. Now the first guy just said to water it. This guy said to keep the soil fairly moist. So let me write on here that this is directions number 2. I want to try and get through this video and see what a video is like with me just doing one in a, you know, moderate amount of pain and not having a really good day. I'm going to get through this in just, well, I have to edit out me going and getting the vine, because you don't want to just, you know, see a table sitting here. Okay, so number 2, let me write on here. I didn't write number 1. So there's number 1, number 2, and basically they're both the same. I mean, they both have rooting hormone, they're both cut, they're both in the same soil, and it's just that one told me to cut an angle at the top and cut the nodes off, and the other one didn't. So the third. Well, hey everybody, I want to say welcome back, but I was just talking to you guys a second ago. Now, as you saw, my audio went out, so much for me getting the video all done, you know, without having an edit in there. But when you buy wireless mic systems, or I guess any kind of system, they send you a little like one-eared, earpiece so that you can listen to your video to make sure that the audio came out okay. And I really wasn't feeling that well that day. I didn't listen to the video. I just, you know, went back inside. I put it on my laptop, and then I just forgot about it until last night when I watched it, and all of a sudden I saw, whoop, the audio goes out and I'm jabbering and nothing's coming out of my mouth. So since I didn't know it happened, I went ahead and I did the rest of the grapevine cuttings. So I'm just going to go over what I did after the audio went out, and I'll show you real quick. Let me read this. Now, I just gotten done with, let's see, the first one and the second one. Let me see where they are. The first one and the second one. So you already know what I did with that. So let me get on with the third. And what that was taking a cutting, and I decided to use 3 different cuttings because I had so much grapevine. And it said to take your cutting anywhere from like 8 to 10 inches. She didn't say anything about where to cut it or to cut the little nodes off or anything like that. She just said to take your cutting anywhere from 8 to 10 inches, put it in rooting hormone, well, get it wet, put it in the rooting hormone, wait for a few minutes, and then put it in a cup or a glass of water. And I just used this little canning jar, and I filled it up with reverse osmosis water. So number 3, rooting hormone, nothing to do with the nodes, put it in water, and she said that would take anywhere from a month to a month and a half. So that's one thing that these all seem to be, you know, saying the same thing, that it's going to take a month to a month and a half to get any growth. So on to number 4, and the gentleman who did this video said that you don't have to do anything. You don't have to use rooting hormone. You don't have to use anything. You just take your cuttings. He didn't even say how long that the cuttings had to be. He just said take your cuttings, put them in some potting soil, keep the potting soil moist, and then you'll have some growth within about a month, he said. So that was number 4, no anything. So there we go. There are the 4 ways that I'm going to try at starting grapevine cuttings. Now, I don't know a lot about grapevines. I don't know about starting grapevine cuttings. And that's the reason I'm doing this, and the reason I'm doing it 4 different ways is because I don't think I could put a video out telling anyone how to start to start a grapevine cutting if I haven't done it already and I know the best way to do it. Now, if none of these grow, then, you know, I'll go on to some other way. But I believe that at least one or two of these is going to grow, and then I can make a video on, you know, how to start a grapevine cutting. So, well, you guys, thanks a lot for sticking with me through this, for, you know, the two different videos stuck together. And sorry for my audio going out there. And I found out what the problem was. It's just the battery in this transmitter had gone out. The other battery was fine. This one was just, I guess, a little too old. So if you like my channel, please hit subscribe. If you like this particular video, please hit the little like button, and I will let you know if any of these start growing before a month to a month and a half is up. I mean, if somebody starts shooting out a little leaf, then I'll make a video and show you guys and tell you, you know, it's been, I don't know, 2 weeks or something. So thanks a lot for being with me today, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.